Look here. We back, everybody. It is the after party. We are here in a good mood today, of course, because, man, the Seahawks won. They get that victory in Lumen Field. They are 1-0. There's so many things and highlights to talk about, but more importantly, I just want to talk about how, the defense is back. I love how everything happened, the defense, the run game. We'll get to the offense here in a second, but more importantly, I'll just got to say this about this game. If this would have probably been an offensive game coached by, and I'm not trying to hate on Shane Waldron, but I just don't think they probably would have been as successful, because what I saw today was I saw a lot of adjustments made, if you will, on this team. I saw a lot of adjustments made at halftime of this game, and it was absolutely beautiful. So as you all know, this Ryan Grubbs, those adjustments, and what I mean by adjustments is at halftime, you all know the Seahawks, unfortunately, got two safeties, right? So you had that situation going on. It was just a wonky game. We're sometimes used to wonky games happening with the Seahawks team, but the Seahawks go in at halftime and they make those adjustments. And what I mean by adjustments is this. I found it interesting. You had guys like DK Metcalf with one catch, 12 yards. You had Jackson Smith and Jigba with two catches and 19 yards. So I felt like in the past, like that would have been something that you would try to, make better. Like, okay, we got to make sure we get the ball to DK. We got to make sure we get the ball to Jackson Smith and Jigba. But in this game right here, no. Adjustments were made, and it was made to win the game. They leaned on the run game really heavy. K9, Kenneth Walker III, one of the questions that I got to tell you that I kind of had going into this game, I kind of had going into this season. Will the run game be what it was? Kenneth Walker III, I think he had over 100 yards. You had Geno Smith with 34 yards rushing. They rushed for a total of 146 yards. You need to be able to run the football to be able to seal these games. And that defense was flying around. Oh, my goodness. Tyrell Dotson looked great. Jerome Breaker looked great. The entire defense, every single time I would see the offense, when they would catch, one of the receivers catch something, boom. Defense was right there. I'm talking about no missed tackles, flying around, the pressure. It was beautiful. Now, I know there's been a lot of expectations considering where Mike Macdonald, where he comes from. He was a defensive coordinator of the Baltimore Ravens last season. So coming into this season, the bar was high. The bar was high by the experts. The bar was high by us fans. And what happened? They delivered. Shout out to Reek Woolen. Hey, I got to give Reek Woolen his love. Last season, we all said it, we saw it, but we don't even need to talk about last season no more. Reek Woolen is back. He looked absolutely incredible, and he went on ahead and sealed the deal with that interception later on in that game. Shout out to you, Reek. And the rest of those guys, man. Kayvon Wallace, love him. Rayshon Jenkins, love him. Ooh, wait a minute. I got to give the love to the guys up front in those trenches. Jay Reed, Big Leo Williams in there. Hey, you guys, fellas, man, way to get it done. Way to be run stoppers. Now, they didn't rush for over 100 yards. I think they rushed for like 73 yards or 83 yards, whatever the case might be. But you got it done when you needed to. When the offense was stalling, you still did your job as well. So, look, I know that sometimes, on paper, you look at teams, or we look at teams, or what happened last season, and we think, well, just because last season they were this way, or just because they have a rookie quarterback, or just because it's at home, sometimes you still have to play the game. And what I'm most proud of is that they got the win. I mean, 1-0, and could you imagine the taste in your mouth that you might have had they lost this game? Had they lost a game like this at home, it would have been crazy. So shout out to that. And I got to give a shout out to one person, man. And, it's interesting. People say a lot of times they call him Mr. Reliable. They call him clutch. They call him underrated. I tell you what they need to call him. just call him the captain, baby. Just call Tyler Lockett the captain, because that's exactly what he was. Every single time, you just need a quick play. He's been doing this his whole career. It's not too fancy. It's like that person that you're dating might not be that good looking, but they got good credit and they got a good job. That's Tyler Lockett. Dependable. Can always be counted upon. I absolutely love everything about Tyler Lockett. He doesn't ask for much. He just is going to be there on time. It is beautiful. So I don't think, I know we say that we appreciate Tyler Lockett. I know. I'm sure you do. But do you? Do we really appreciate what that dude has really brought to this team, to this city? His leadership off the field, his leadership on the field. I just got to tell you, man, look, we don't know how much longer we have a Tyler Lockett, but, man, it is good to have him in the clutch. It is good to see. Did you see that last 3rd down and 6 when it was Geno went to – I call him the captain. Look, I'm just going to call him that because everything Tyler Lockett does, he does as a captain. Absolutely. And, look, I know you guys are joining right now, and I appreciate it. I see you guys hanging out with me, so we're going to talk about a lot of stuff. But look, I'm going to tell you, the way that first half was going, the way things were happening over there at Lumen Field, just the vibe, it was a feeling, and it was just like, oh, boy, what is going on? But, man, the adjustments, and I think that's what we're going to see with this Seahawks team. It's a team that can make adjustments on the fly, and that is a beautiful thing, baby, being able to make adjustments. I absolutely love that. Now, the offense needs a little bit of WD-40. You know what I'm talking about? And offense needs a little WD-40. You know what I mean? It's good. It's cool. Just put a little something on it. I know the low-hanging fruit is to talk about the offensive line. I know. But right now, Forsythe, we got to get it together. He's a 3rd string right now. That's the number 3 right tackle. We're going to have to see better than that. Because adjustments are going to be made with New England Patriots are going to be seeing that. We're going to get better with the offensive line. Come on now. Got to have Geno have a little bit of time. But look, this offense is definitely something that I believe, right, is going to get better. We don't have to. But because I think that this offense is the adjustment that we saw in the second half. And what does that mean? It is an offense that says, hey, I know it's an offense that basically says, you know what? We're going to take what you give us, right? Check it out. We're going to take what you give us. And I think last season, offensively, I just wasn't getting that. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. Go look up the Bears stats. Who's the offensive coordinator for the Bears? What they do today? Now, they won the game, but they didn't win the game because of offense. That's where I think we're at, man. Ryan Grubbs right there can run the ball. I can't express that enough. Okay, Frank, I'm not allowed to say the word adjustments anymore. I promise. I'm going to try not to. But wasn't it beautiful? Wasn't it good?
It absolutely was. And the one thing I'm so excited about is the ability that can this team win in multiple ways. So we just faced a rookie quarterback, and the rookie just couldn't do anything in the second half pretty much until the little gimme touchdown at the end. Geno Smith had 150 rush yards last year, despite his pinned tweet being his MPH and being the fastest on the team. Right. I like that. Grubb's like, hey, guess what? We're going to make you run. Hey, we're going to have Charbonnet catch a touchdown. We're going to find different ways to score, and we're going to win. Maybe it's going to be a shootout one week. Maybe it's going to be a grit and grind 20-24 game. But there's so many options we have now that we probably really didn't in the late era Carroll Waldron days.
Love my people showing up. I see my girl Kat Stokes is showing up. PGZ 206. Now, by the way, send your questions. Come on, this the after party, baby. And some of y'all know how I get down. We gonna look, this is, we're just getting the season started. We're getting acclimated. We're gonna get a little bit of loose. And by the way, That's coffee, okay? Y'all know I don't drink no alcohol, right? But if I did, it'd be a little something, I don't know, some tequila or something like that. But it's not alcohol, that is coffee. Okay. PGZ asked me a question. PGZ206 says, answer my question, G. Where does this defense come from? Last year, they was... Hey, PGZ, I'll tell you where this defense comes from. So, this is my opinion of what I have seen. Talking to Brandon Mebane, have an opportunity to talk to him all the time about this stuff. I think defense is want to, right? Like all the schemes, whether you run cover 3, cover 2, base, your 4-3s and 3-4s and all your different schemes. And look, a lot of NFL teams have schemes and they get paid a lot of money too. They get paid to scout and watch film. You get where I'm going with this? It reminds me of rebounding in basketball, right? Well, you need to be this tall to rebound, or you need to weigh this much to rebound. Nah, you need to have want to rebound. And I think it's the same with defense. Sure, you can have all the fancy schemes, and that'd be good. But I think there's something about the want to. I think the embodiment of maybe who the coach is at the time, I just think it's that attitude and what we're seeing, whether it's the coordinator, whether it's the head coach, position coaches, whatever it is. When you guys watch these games or you watch it on replay, you tell me, it don't even matter about the scheme. Forget about the scheme. When those Denver Bronco receivers were catching the ball, how fast was there a Seahawk defender there? It was pew. Do you remember any missed tackles? Now, let me ask you this. Do you remember missed tackles last season? Do you remember? Do you remember losing sleep over the missed tackles? I could not believe, because Seahawks fans, we wasn't used to no missed tackles. We was used to having the greatest defenses of all time. And that was happening. So, yes, it was something about now them flying around. Am I ready to crown the Seahawks? They undefeated. You're damn right. Yes. Yes. They going to the Super Bowl. Ain't no doubt about it. You need that same energy, not just as the team, but as a fan base, right? The Seahawks took exactly what they were given, and they made it happen, right? So I am all about the 1-0, and the Seahawks will celebrate right now, get ready to get back to work tomorrow a little bit, watch some film, recover with the bodies, Tuesday day off, and then Wednesday, Thursday, let's get ready because they got to travel to New England. So what they got to see. Now, I want to go back on what we saw out of Sean Payton and Bo Nix. Question first, are you guys sold on Sean Payton? Are you sold that Sean Payton is as good as everybody says, or do you think like me? I think Sean Payton is a grossly overrated coach.
Amen.
I think he is the most overrated coach in all of football. I think that dude had, who do you have? My man,
Brees. Drew Brees.
He had Drew Brees. He had Drew Brees as his quarterback. You know what Sean Payton remind me of? Sean Payton remind me of that one purchase, that person that marries somebody rich. You understand what I'm saying? They marry somebody rich, and all of a sudden, they think they all that, right? And you like, man, you ain't done nothing. That's how I feel about Sean Payton. He had Drew Brees.
Gee, I'm gonna throw you two, because of coaches who've had great quarterbacks. Does Sean Payton fall closer to Mike McCarthy or to Bill Belichick?
Mike McCarthy all day long. Now, I will tell you guys something that I'm going to say maybe it's unpopular. Cat Stokes, I want to see what you think about this one. This might be unpopular. I think Bo Nix is going to be good. I really do. 2 reasons why. Number one, Sean Payton had enough faith in him to let him come in the Lumen Field against this Seahawks and that pressure and throw the ball 42 times. That lets me know that at least Sean Payton sees something in him. Number 2, my man had like 60 starts in college. The dude's a grown man. I'm going to tell you guys, I kind of like Bo Nix. I do. I think he has a little bit of an it factor, and I actually think that the Denver Broncos are going to be better with Bo Nix and this team this year than they have been the previous 2. Now, you can go ahead and tell Paul that I said that, but I absolutely think so. I think that they are going to be a little bit better. So I like that in regards to that. Let's see. What else happened today at the game? Oh, real quick, I'll go away from the game. I'll talk about what happened at Lumen Field. At Lumen Field today, it was beautiful, man. It was absolutely beautiful. Obviously, it was the throwback game. I hope you guys had your throwback stuff on. If you weren't at the game, let me tell you some of the stuff that was happening. They were honoring all of the Seahawks legends because it was Seahawks Legends weekend, and a lot of the legends came back. They came down on the field in the north end zone. They did a nice little presentation. I was actually me. I had an opportunity to interview Steve Largent and with all of the guys in the back. And by the way, why Marshawn didn't come over there? If Marshawn was sitting over on the side, man, Marshawn, you could at least came over with the legends, but I know, that's Sean. But anyways, had all the legends behind me. I could go through a whole bunch of legends. It was beautiful to see all of them. And I just want to say, if there's a legend that's watching this right now, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, I just want to say thank you. Thank you to all of the Seahawks legends that paved the way for our current Seahawks players and our current Seahawks generation. Thank you for everything that you've done and your dedication, right, to this great community. Without you, there is no now. So I don't want any of you Seahawks legends to ever feel that you are forgotten about. There's a lot of us fans that love you and will always love you and appreciate you because you're the reason why that we have this incredible standard that we have for Seahawks football. It was definitely beautiful when it comes to that. By the way, I got to see, did the Denver Broncos miss any field goals? Because right now at Lumen Field, they got a deal. If the opposing team misses a field goal, you get free 6-piece chicken McNuggets, and if they miss 2, you get a 10-piece. Yo, I love chicken McNuggets. I hate to get off the topic of football, but I just want to tell y'all I love the chicken McNuggets. And if I had to have a favorite sauce, you can put it in the chat right now. What is the one sauce? You can only pick one sauce that you would use for your chicken McNugget. Frank, what's one sauce? What you got, baby?
Let's go some barbecue. I'll go barbecue.
Yeah.
No, not for you. No. Barbecue's good.
No.
Come on.
Here's the thing. No. I could use it, but if I had a choice, it's going to be sweet and sour.
Oh, yeah.
Something about that sweet and sour. And by the way, them damn chicken McNuggets. That chicken McNuggets. I don't want to know what's in it. Right? I don't want to know what is in those chicken McNuggets, but it ain't real chicken. It's barely a McNugget. So whatever the heck it is. So we got Hawks fan coming in with barbecue. Leslie Gutter coming in with barbecue. Sue comes in with buffalo.
Buffalo. Okay.
And the buffalo sauce
Hey, we're happy with Buffalo. They gave Arizona a loss today.
Sure did. How about that? Arizona losing, starts off 0-1. Now,
one thing, hold on real quick. You have some Ohio State inside info. Marvin Harrison's debut.
Marvin Harrison's debut, well, what they keep showing all over, they keep showing all over the TV, they keep showing Marvin Harrison being wide open, and Kyler Murray didn't see him.
He had one wide open in the end zone.
Wide open. All right, y'all. I was waiting to get this topic. We got to talk about this. Frank, go ahead and show and put it in the chat, and make sure you guys are sharing this. Share this for everybody so everybody can see that we are having this stream in this party. Now check this out. Go ahead and share that Tyreek Hill deal. I want to talk about this. We gotta talk about this Tyreek Hill because this is very interesting. Now, on the left, you see Tyreek Hill at 10 a.m. On the right, you see Tyreek Hill doing his celebration at 3 p.m. Okay, let's talk. Now, here's the thing. You bring it back to me, my brother. This is one of those where I wanted to make sure that I saw the other facts. I didn't want to weigh in on this, right? I was trying to be, because first of all, I don't know if you're watching, have you ever been face down on the ground for anything? Whatever. It's not a fun experience. Have I been there? Yeah, absolutely. So seeing Tyreek Hill in that situation, I'm like, what in the world did he do? And I'm not saying that it shouldn't have happened. I'm just saying, as we fans, we're seeing it like, what in the world happened, right? So you see this happen. So if that's the situation, and there's 3 motorcycle cops in their situation, and then there's other footage that shows when he was apprehended after being down on the ground, there was another police officer that physically pushed him. Whatever it is that it was to make them do that, how in the world is he playing in the game? So it couldn't have been that serious, right? According to what they're saying, it was a moving violation. Now, I'm going to tell y'all something. Tyreek Hill kind of got a pass, y'all. I mean, you can look it up if you want to. Tyreek Hill got some domestic violence stuff that's kind of rough. Tyreek Hill got a situation where he's actually on audio threatening someone. So, look, I am not someone that's going to sit here and hold the groceries for Tyreek Hill. However, seeing that, and then also finding out, my producer Frank told me that the update right now is that there's a police officer that has been put on leave. Man, what the heck is going on?
Yeah, the New York Post reported that 2 hours ago. Cop involved in Tyreek Hill detainment placed on administrative leave by Miami-Dade PD. Now, that is a standard procedure if an officer discharges his weapon, but this is something much smaller scale than that.
So, again, and then Calais Campbell, by the way, who is his teammate, came up, and Calais Campbell tells this story after the game. Calais Campbell comes up and is like, hey, trying to see what was going on with his teammate. The police officers actually put Calais Campbell in handcuffs. Calais Campbell, big dude, 17 years in the league, zero bit of trouble. So this whole thing is very, very interesting, and this is going to be a topic that is woo-wee. Somebody might lose their job. All right, let's go back to
speaking of that, I have a segue.
Yeah.
About losing jobs. One guy on the Seahawks who is not terribly popular right now, and we'll see if it turns around on the offensive line, is Anthony Bradford. We talked about it during the preseason, the battle between Bradford and Haynes, the rookie. Is there a chance they immediately pivot to just Christian Haynes, the rookie, in game 2, or are they like, we're going to stick with Bradford for a while and see what happens?
Yeah, not yet.
Okay.
Yeah, they're gonna stick with Bradford for a minute. Look.
Because Bradford was the one who had the 2 penalties, including the hold in the end zone.
Here's the thing. I'm going to be very truthful with you guys. I have bias with Bradford. I like him, right? Spent a lot of time with him last season, before the season started. He is a great young man. So what I'm doing is I'm admitting to you that my leash probably is a little longer than most of you, right? So, and I know that shouldn't matter, but I'm just got to tell you. Now, with that being said, I do think I think he's good. I think he's really good. So I think, can we just give him a little bit more time? They got the W today. Let's go ahead and keep him in the starting lineup. Haynes is going to be there for a minute, but I'm on the Bradford train right now. I want to kind of keep him right there where he is. So no doubt about it. Man, I with this offensive line, what I don't like to do, and we all need to do a better job of this. I think that the first thing we do, we grab low-hanging fruit, right? The first thing we do is we get hard on this offensive line. That's just not here. That's everywhere. The first people to blame are the offensive line, right? So fair. You can blame the offensive line, especially in what we saw in the first half. But in the same breath, you have to also turn around in the second half and give that same offensive line some love for the adjustments and the turnaround, right? Because if your disrespect is going to be loud, then man, your congratulations has to be even louder, because you can't just say, ooh, Ryan Grubbs was great. Ooh, Kenneth Walker third was great. Ooh, that wheel route that Charbonnet ran was great. You got to make sure that the offensive line gets credit for that. Is that fair? I mean, that has to be a little bit fair to where you give them a little bit of love. All right. What's some good stats you got for us there, Frank? I know I'm looking at these stats right here. I love Kenneth Walker. The third had 20 carries for 103 yards. He definitely did well. Definitely establishing the run. Charbonnet had 8. I love that for sure. And by the way, Hawks fan, you see, thank you, Hawks fans, for saying that. Please make sure when you see people crushing this offensive line, right? You see people talking bad about the Seahawks offensive line. Fair on the first half. But you got to give them love in the second half. How did they win? You literally cannot talk about the Seahawks winning without talking about the Seahawks offensive line. Is that fair?
Because I mean, Ken Walker was running free in the second half, in certain stretches.
Running free,
but like he wasn't getting touched, so that's great inside blocking.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So no doubt about that. All right, so I love that. Okay, let's get a little technical. This is a conversation that's gonna be had, and I know Jackson Smith and Jigba very well, and he probably won't sleep tonight. Jackson Smith and Jigba probably will not sleep tonight. He had 2 targets. He had 2 catches for 19 yards early on, basically in the first quarter. And he
was the first down the Seahawks had.
Yeah, and he didn't get it again. I'll admit my bias. As you guys know, my relationship with Smith and Jigba and his family. When I see all of these year 2 players, Frank, when I see the Rashee Rice, who's playing on 8 felonies, you know what I'm saying? When I see Xavier Worthy for the Chiefs, who's a first-year player, doing his thing, when I see all of these players, I just know that the Seahawks have such a great talent in Jackson Smith and Jigba. And so, yeah, I'm a little biased, and I know you guys see it too. I'm preaching to the choir right now. You guys see exactly what I'm talking about. Man.
Well, and JSN seems like someone who could really help out Geno Smith with the offensive line issues, because DK is a guy who's running more established, complex routes, going up against the top corner, and it takes longer time for him to get open. JSN, and they were kind of doing it with Waldron, and we saw it a lot in Ohio State, running stuff around the line of scrimmage. I mean, obviously we saw Sean Payton try to do that to death in this game, but keeping him short, West Coast offense, yards after catch, which we even saw when we used him, I think he should be a great advantage when the offensive line struggles.
Right. All right, we got somebody that disagrees with me. Finally, good. Here we go. Pond says, shut up. The defense kept us in the game. It was K9 looking for a hole to get him a touchdown. The O-line didn't do anything. Huh? What? Well, first of all, we gave, and we have all, maybe you just joining us, we've been giving this Seahawks defense love all podcast long. They have been fantastic at what they have been doing. So it's no doubt about what they've been doing there. They have been doing phenomenal and fantastic as far as the defense. The offensive line definitely deserves the credit. K9 was hardly getting touched in that second half. I mean, again, he rushed for over 20 yards. What did he say?
I think your watch is causing some feedback.
My watch?
Never mind. You're on a roll. Keep going. You're doing great.
All right. Let me take my watch off. I got to basically get naked around here. There we go. I have nothing. But anyway, offensive line was definitely great. Fantasy football. We'll take a break from the game. Let's talk about a little bit of fantasy football. Hey, go ahead, put it in the chat. How you guys doing? Is there anybody that has any Seahawk players? That anybody has any Seahawk players that you are rocking with this year in fantasy? How are they doing? Let me just tell you this. As you all know, I talk crazy about fantasy football. I don't do fantasy football anymore. It has been years since I've done that. However, I just don't. You know who doesn't really, especially over the years, hasn't done. As a matter of fact, I would say the last 15 years, who has been the best player on fantasy for the Seattle Seahawks?
Oh, that's easy.
Now, Frank, you're the best when it comes to this. Who has been the best?
Oh, that's easy. It's Tyler Lockett. Tyler Lockett's been the best. He always gets drafted rounds and rounds below he should. And even in a year like this, where I was like, JSN's going to take over that wide receiver 2 role, Tyler Lockett's going to kind of fade into a new chapter of his career. Nah, he has led the team in yards. Still the guy. Still getting first down. Still churning it out. Tyler Lockett's been the guy. Absolutely.
So, since you segued into Tyler Lockett, I want to ask. We call him the captain.
Second in yards all time for the franchise.
Second in yards all time for the franchise. A lot of us, you, maybe me, came into this season, like Frank said, you thought that, okay, DK is DK, right? And you thought, okay, the young guy, Jackson Smith-Njigba would be the guy. A lot of us didn't really think that Tyler would still be Tyler. Considering the preseason that he had, considering that every time that you or me went out to training camp, you didn't see Tyler practicing. So there was a lot of not really seeing Tyler, and then you see him out there, and he's just a professional once again. He's just the captain. He's the one that is coming through in the clutch. It has been beautiful to see.
I mean, it almost feels a little bit like Travis Kelce, to the point where he's just so smart on the field. He's been around so long. He knows where to get open, find soft spots in zones, and then he usually just plops down. He's not taking a lot of contact. Mm-hmm. Very, very Kelce.
I like the Kelce. All right, so we got tomorrow night. You guys know we got those San Francisco 49ers as they will be heading out to playing against the Jets. I think the expectation is on paper for the 49ers to win that, but hey, we would love for the 49ers to lose. We know that's a lovely thing. Frank, how's your fantasy doing today, brother?
Oh, my team was great. I'm in a 2-quarterback league, so I had Josh Allen and Anthony Richardson, who were awesome. For Seahawks, I had the Seahawks defense. I thought that was great to start against a rookie. They gave me a lot of points, and I still have Charbonnet on my bench. He's a handcuff because it really seems like Kenneth Walker is the guy. There's not going to be a split, and then Charbonnet's just going to spell him. I thought Walker was great.
Yeah, what do you guys think about that? As you all see, Kenneth Walker III had 20 carries. Charbonnet had 8 carries. Are you guys good with that distribution? That's number one. Number two, are you like me a little bit that keeps like scratching your head and wondering, what's up with this Kenny McIntosh, man? What is it? Because I don't know you. Do you actually see Kenny McIntosh and think he's not a good running back? Because I know every time I see him, I'm like, yo, he's good. He looks great. I just am baffled. And wait, by the way, I am not second guessing the coaches. I'm not doing that. I'm just saying these are the things that I think about. I also think about is I thought maybe give Charbonnet maybe a little bit more carries. But like Frank said, it just seems like there won't be a split. It seems like there seems to be like this go ahead and spell him. But hey, Charbonnet, whatever it is, you look good today. But this Kenny McIntosh thing, it just baffles me because it's like we see him in the preseason, or maybe you've been out to training camp, and you just want to see him. You just want to see him one time get that love out there because there's something in the pit of your stomach that's thinking, I think he can be that. So, again, I'm not going to second guess what's going on.
I like what Hawks fan just brought up in our chat. You've talked about how much the franchise loves Tyreek Young. We saw him a little bit in special teams. Are we going to see more Jake Bobo? Fan favorite Jake Bobo? What's Jake Bobo going to be up to?
I thought and still kind of think that Bobo is going to get a lot of action this year. Yes, Jake Bobo is a fan favorite. I know that. He should be. Jake Bobo is an incredible human. He is a lovely person. Love him. Actually, on the field, he's really good too. Really good. I just think the way the game went today, I just don't think that they can go deep like that. I think they wanted to keep the captain out there. I mean, who do you take off the field?
That's a really good question.
Right? Who you guys want to take off the field to put Bobo on it, right? So that's a tough one. All right. This is the conversation that I saved for all of you. And it's a conversation, how can I bring this up? It's a conversation that was had today by a few of my trusted friends at the stadium at Lumen Field. And I would love for you guys' answers to come here in the chat because we have to have a real deal conversation. Let me start it off first, and I'm going to give you guys an opinion. No. I don't want to give an opinion. I'm going to ask a question. Seriously, you type it in the chat. Are you 100% sold on Geno Smith? I don't want to talk. I don't want to give any opinion. I want you guys to put it in the chat. Yes or no? Are you 100% sold on Geno Smith? And when I say 100%, you're like, yes. Not only is that our quarterback for this team, that is our quarterback for the next few years. As a matter of fact, you believe right now, when you see Dak Prescott and all them making 50 plus, 55, $60 million a season, and you see Geno Smith making $25 million a season, you're one of those right now that's like, hey, man, pay Geno more. So I'm going to ask you, are you sold on Geno?
And as we're getting some votes, I want to frame it in one way of, like, could Geno Smith win 6 games this year and you guys be sold like, no, he's still our quarterback going forward? Because I was thinking about, like, if Patrick Mahomes somehow wins 6 games this year, Chiefs are moving forward with him. Herbert, same thing. How far line do you go down the list before? Is Geno on that list?
Now, I see the votes coming in. Averill, yes. Slap a joint, yes. Mike Acra, yes. Jose says no. Cat Stokes says no. R. Ward says sold for only this season. Hawks Talk says yes. A lot of you guys are saying need better line. Let me say some things before I get to what I really believe is being said and thought. First, the Seahawks need Geno to make it to the playoffs this season, okay? Look, period, point blank. So I don't want anybody to go and tell people or misinterpret what I have said. The Seahawks need Geno to make the playoffs. Now, with that being said, it feels like that people aren't 100% sold on Geno. And I'll tell you why. The vibe when I was at Lumen Field, the vibe around people that I was around, during that first quarter, it felt like there were a lot of people that wanted to jump off a bridge. It was a lot of people that were jumping off the Geno bandwagon. It was quick. It was like, man, it is ready. I mean, ready to turn fast. And so deep down in my heart, it reminds me of your mama's new boyfriend, right? Your mama's new boyfriend. Now, you got to play the game. You don't want to hurt your mama's feelings. But deep down, you're saying to yourself, self, this ain't the one. But you don't want to tell nobody that you think that way. Because I think a lot of people that I see on social media, a lot of people, they did, right? Not really sold. And I got to tell you, Geno Smith has to make the playoffs for a lot of you out here. Because if that doesn't happen, I think there are a lot of people that just will jump ship. Now, that analogy that I gave you about your mama's boyfriend, look, sometimes you just try to play cool. You don't hurt your mama's feelings. You don't hurt nobody's feelings. So you want to say like, hey, you know what? I like him. He's cool. But if they break up, you be the first one to be like, I told you. I told you so.
God, it's such a good debate. I'm reading what people are putting in. Everyone's got a good point. Like it's his age. How much do you want to pay him? Is the battle between is it him versus the offensive line?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, yeah.
Okay, all right.
It's gonna be hanging around like most of the year. But I do agree. I think Lionel Lannister commented this. Sam Howell absolutely would have sold this game behind that offensive line. He could not have handled that weak offensive line in the first half.
Real quick, are you guys upset that Geno didn't get an extension? Does that bother you? Because I haven't seen most people complain about it. The fact that he only makes $25 million for the season, considering that a lot of the experts have put him in like 22 on the team. So again, it's a great question. I love the answers that are coming in about this. But look, a lot of you all are right now, you're really on the offensive line, right? You really are going hard on the offensive line. And look, first half, I agree. But look, you have to tell the entire story of the whole game. The offensive line was not great in the first half. I said it for you. But you got to give them love for the second half. Come on now. They won the game. So you got to give them love. And by the way, I think Geno showed heart in the second half. I think K9, I think the offensive line, I think Ryan Grubb, I think Seahawks fans, I think that this was a phenomenal win. And this is the type of game with the last offensive coordinator, they would not have won this game. They would not have. And that is the difference. We have now see a team and a coaching staff that can make adjustments, that can actually take what they are being given.
And it's the thesis you've been making this whole live stream, which is there's no intention of we got to feed DK, we got to feed JSN, we got to get these guys the ball. It's like, no, we're just going to win. If they're not getting open, we're going to use our running backs. If they're not going to get open, Geno's going to use his legs. Like that is something that we're getting with this new offensive coordinator.
The defense today. Is the defense at, above, or below your expectations? Put the answer in the chat. Was this defense today at, above, or below your expectations? And I'll go, and I'm going to say it. I think this defense, even the expectations that all of us had for Mike McDonald, I think this defense was slightly above my expectations. We saw it in the preseason, but I thought this defense really does fly around. Now, I could be a homer. I could be a bit biased, but I don't know. Are we on the same page? Because I really believe that this defense was above expectations. It was beautiful to see in every light. Man, a lot of you guys coming in. Our war says at my expectations. And that's the thing. You guys heard the old saying, defense wins championships. I like this defense. I really do. This is the type of defense that can help this team win 10-plus games. And by the way, I do think 10 games is going to be what you need in the NFC West to win it all. You're going to need 10-plus games. I think the NFC West is going to be a tough division. Thank you, Arizona, for losing to the Buffalo Bills. Thank you. Really appreciate that. Also, I want to talk about one word. I want to talk about parity. And what we are about to see, I think it's going to be more than it has ever been. I don't have the stats for the average win as far as last season, but I think that this season we are going to see a lot of close games. And by the way, I ask myself this at halftime because I don't know about you, but if you watch that Seahawks game, am I the only one that felt like the first half took 6 hours? am I the only one that no, hear me out for a second. Hear me out. Was there ever a time in this game that you said to yourself, self, why do I do this to myself year in and year out? Why do I put myself through this heartache? Like, I don't know what it is. I don't know if other fan bases, I can't speak for them. But there's something about Seahawks football that this shit ain't healthy, man. It's just, sometimes it's just not healthy. And I cannot go through that first half again. That first half was brutal. You can hear it the way I'm changing my voice. Look, I just got to tell it. That first half was brutal. This is why the second half was so beautiful, because there was a part of me. There was a part of me that thought, here we go again. What? This isn't going to go down like this, is it? I was like, there's no way. There's no way. There's 2 safeties? No. Could you imagine what the taste would be in your mouth had the Seahawks lost that game? So again, it was just something I just can't put myself through those things. I don't know what I can do. I think that's what being a football fan is about. It's you're a glutton for punishment, and you want to put yourself through this stuff. When you fall in love with football, it's probably 100% chance that your heart's going to be broken. It's either broken in the regular season, it's broken in the playoffs, or it's broken in the Super Bowl. And if you're a Seahawks fan, you know that there's only been one season where your heart was not broken. You know what that was, and you know what season that is. That's the why we always
Paul
talk
knows
about
it
all
too.
the time. Yeah. Hey, Paul, if you're listening, you guys know it too. All right. Any other topics you guys want to talk about? Go ahead and put it in the chat. Seahawks, before we get going, I always like to talk about regular life. I got some beautiful people here on the chat. I appreciate you guys hanging out with us. It means the world. But I want to talk about something. This would be fun. I had this conversation with some buddies. I talked about it on my radio show. And as you all know, I'm a huge burger fan, right? Like, I don't eat the buns, but I just eat the burger, right? That's my biggest thing. But there are times I used to eat the bun. As a matter of fact, I love burgers so much that I think a great burger is better than a great steak. Yeah, I said it. You heard what I said. A great burger is better than a great steak. Here's what I want to talk about. You could only pick one in the entire state of Washington. What is your go-to burger spot? You can only pick one out there, your go-to burger spot. Tony, that's funny. I just want to say that is funny. What is your go-to burger spot? You can only pick one. I'm going to start off with the number one burger spot in the state of Washington. It's a little further from here, and then I'll come here on the western side of the mountains. But number one, Frank, have you been to Miners in Yakima?
No. I've heard of it, though.
Oh, man. Miners in Yakima. Here's the thing about Miners. They got the burger. Check. They got the fries. Check. And they got that shake. Now, even though I'm just judging them on the burgers, right? Because I know the same way In-N-Out, you can judge In-N-Out, because y'all know In-N-Out got the worst damn fries in the world.
Someone put Jimmy Max. That person knows ball. Jimmy Max, let's go. Oh, keep going.
Wait a minute. I ain't never been to Jimmy
That
Max.
one, there's a couple of spots. I think there's like...
No, I no.
You know it. Okay.
I know Jimmy Max. Jimmy Max, you can throw the peanuts on the floor, right? I know Jimmy Max, but I didn't know Jimmy Max was doing it like that with the burger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. Now let me come on the western side of things. I've already gave love to Yakima and Miners. Miners is incredible. If you're ever in Yakima, trust your boy. I'm telling you, it's good. Now let me come over here. I got to go on down to Tacoma, y'all. I got to give Tacoma. I think Tacoma is leading the charge with the best burger, and that place is Frisco Freeze, baby. Frisco Freeze. They got ooh-wee. If y'all haven't been there, you got to get to it.
You're not alone on that. That's been dropped a couple times.
Oh yeah, that Frisco Freeze is real. Now, we got some folks coming in. Jose brings up Burgerville. You know what? Burgerville does not disappoint. Burgerville is a place where I used to eat a burger. Wait, is the Burgerville, is that the one? Because back in the day, a lot, when I used to go and clean cars at the Seahawks facility when it was in Kirkland, right? When it was at Northwest College. And Burgerville, is that Burgerville or Burgermaster that's on the way to Kirkland? I have to help me out with that. I don't know which one that is. I think it might be Burgermasters. But anyways, Josiah, what's up, Josiah? Man, it's good to see you. Herfy's always gets love. That is definitely a great burger. I love Herfy. One of the owners, Alex. How you doing, Alex? If you're seeing this, if y'all know my man Alex, I'm sure I always show him some love every time I get a chance. Frank, your favorite.
Yeah, mine's a little deeper. For the Capitol Hill people in Seattle, 2 doors down, because they'll do the cream cheese with the burger. They'll do some weird stuff with the pickles. Oh, that one's my favorite.
Where's this?
It's in Capitol Hill. That's where I live.
What's it called?
It's called 2 Doors Down.
Hey man, can I just say this about Cap Hill? I'm born and raised in Chicago. I've been over some places. Man, I'd be scared to go to Cap Hill, man.
Oh, get out of here.
I'm just telling you. I'd be scared to go to Cap Hill, man. I don't know what's going to happen to me in Cap Hill. I don't wear no jewelry. Hey, I can make sure I cover up my jewelry and everything, man. I'd be running to a Frank or something like that.
Oh, Capitol Hill's friendly. Come on down. We're having a great time out there.
Okay, it was Burgermaster. So I'm not giving love to Burgerville. Burgermaster is the one that I'll go with.
Gee, I want to ask you, though. We're celebrating with the win. Is there a different place you go to a burger for a victory versus a burger when you lost? A comfort burger.
Oh, Frank, this is a great question. The question was this: is there a different burger based on a win or a loss? You damn right. And let me tell you what a loss burger is. Look, I can't believe this is a football podcast and we're talking about food.
Oh, we got weirder stuff coming up before we get out of here.
Okay, wait a minute. Listen, y'all. Listen. If the Seahawks would have lost today, some of you all remember when I was on KJ all day, I've talked about this before. If the Seahawks would have lost today, I would have come on, done this live podcast with you guys, hung out, and then when I left, Burger King.
Oh,
Burger King. You all know.
Cat had another one.
It's just you know what I'm saying. It's just a comfort. I don't deserve anything better. I deserve this Burger King. I like Burger King. They got some crappy fries. I do just love their charbroiled burger, right? So I'm going to Burger King.
And you just stay in the car. You're just staying at the car.
And I'm staying in the car.
Yeah,
and I'm staying in the car.
Yeah.
Now, let me tell y'all something. Seahawks won, baby. So after this game right here, I'm trying to decide what I'm going to do. I'm thinking about going to Legion tonight out there in Bellevue because Cam and them, you know what I'm saying, they having a nice little after party out there. So I might go to Legion, bless myself. Or I might head on down south. Let me see what time it is. I might go grab some Frisco Freeze, or I might go downtown because if you really want to keep it a buck, steak joints. The Met has the best burgers sometimes, and so I might go treat myself, sit down by myself, and eat at the Met with a fancy burger. Why? Because the Seahawks won. It's crazy. When the Seahawks win, I eat very well. I treat myself. When the Seahawks lose, I go get some crappy Burger King. I go stop off and get some ice cream, and I eat my sorrows away. Now, don't judge me. Don't take this clip and put it out there. This is a family show. So I'm being honest with you, telling you how I do things. And one last thing, like my good buddy Averill says, Five Guys is low-key the truth. They give you unlimited fries. They give you blessings in a bag. Five Guys. Wait, you got to take out a mortgage to get that Five Guys. But Five Guys is the truth. What was your topic you had?
Oh, well, I was thinking, we want to celebrate these guys who we won. We do have a bit of a fashion show.
Oh, okay. Before you go, don't leave yet. We're going to play a game that we're going to play all the time. The game is called Respect the Fit or Next to Fit, okay? I thought Cat Stokes, you would love this game. Respect the Fit or Next to Fit. We are going to judge some of these Seahawks as they are coming into the stadium. We got a few to show you. Okay, who's the first one we got?
First fit, game one.
Jaron Reed, you guys' thoughts on this? It looks like he has a Christian Dior pouch right there. Right there. That chain right there, the chain that he's wearing, that chain is probably about 120 and not 120. and not 1200. That thing is about 120. That's a real chain right there. And that bracelet looks like it's about 15 right there. Respect the fit or next to fit? I'm going to go next to fit. Yeah, Jay Reed, if you said this, don't tell Jay Reed I said this. I'm going to go next to fit. Well, hold on. I got to set a standard. It's clean, though. I'm going to go next to fit. Let me see what people are saying. Josiah said it was fire. Josiah said simple. Lion says that man bag is a bit too much. So we got a few respect the fits. All right, let's get to the next one.
There's our new guy.
Ryan Grubb, new offensive coordinator, showing up in the Metallica shirt. To add context to that, as you all know, Metallica was just here at Lumen Fit.
Mm-hmm.
Respect the fit or next to fit?
That's an easy next, but I'm just judging it off of his hat.
Oh, yeah.
Is that an NFL logo hat like Rob Lowe? Next.
Yeah. Dang it. Hold on. Before you go, hey, Ryan Grubb, you would have got a respect the fit if it wasn't for that hat.
Agreed.
Oh, yeah, if it wasn't for the hat. I love how he comes in. You know what I'm saying? Boom. He comes hard. But Metallica, way to show love. He actually looks like he's in pretty good shape. Let's see. Melissa Klein says, for an 80s kid, respect the fit. Cat Stokes says, for him, respect, but next in general. All right. I'll give him next to fit. I'm going next. What we got next?
The Rook.
Ooh, wait. Now listen, y'all. I know that we're going to be different on this. I think Cat Stokes, Josiah, we might be on the same page with this one. Respect the fit or next to fit. Byron Murphy II. I'm going to go a hardcore respect the fit.
Okay.
That Dior is beautiful. The color is nice. Hold on. You got to give respect to the headphones, baby. The way he came in, that fit is fire. Chain, respect the fit, man. Respect. What you think, Frank?
I like that the headphones match the sweater. It's just a very intense sweater. It looks like the maze in The Shining from the top-down angle.
Wait, Frank, you wouldn't wear that, bro?
I would wear that. I like a good sweater.
Oh, but hey, the headphones, nice contrast with the brown bag. Respect the fit. A lot of people come. Like I said, Cat Stokes, the details on that. Ooh, the details. I loved it. Okay, what we got next? Ooh,
Very different
Kobe,
look. Very different
Kobe
look.
Bryant. By the way, I should show. Lately, I've been wearing suits with just that shirt. You know, I don't like to call them the, the WBs. You can't call them that no more. What do you call them? The tank tops anymore? You can't call them, what's anymore.
Oh, I don't know the other
But
term.
so here's the thing about Kobe. I like the chain. I like the shirt. I just don't like that suit. I got a next to fit. I don't. Am I too hard on the suit, Frank?
No. You go with what your heart tells you. Obviously, the Seahawks won. You're feeling it. Don't lie to yourself.
Cat says respect. Wait, a lot of you guys are disagreeing. Tony says smooth criminal. They're saying, wow. What's yours on this one, Frank?
I'm into it. I like it. I kind of need another angle, honestly. I need to see him walking or something with it.
I wonder what his shoes are. See, this is one where I need to see his shoes because, look, ladies, let me ask you guys a question. You know what? Let me let ladies know something, like for real. Most of us fellas, we don't really care about shoes.
That's not you though.
I just want you to know we really don't care about your shoes. So whether you spend $5 or $5,000, it don't really matter. So I just want to let you know you can save your money. But ladies, something tells me that you guys pay attention to our shoes. So in this case, I would have needed Kobe Bryant's shoes because sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes folks be casket sharp. Do you know what casket sharp is? Frank, you know what casket sharp is?
No.
Well, you sharp from the waist up. You know what I mean?
I gotta mute myself.
The waist down don't matter because it's covered. You know what I'm saying? So you casket sharp. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to know about, but I needed to see Kobe's shoes.
All right, I got shoes for you for the next one. You ready?
What we got?
Woolen with the chain.
Oh. Hey, y'all, I know we're going to disagree. Respect the fit. Respect the fit right there. Ooh-wee. I think that is a Dior bag. I ain't even seen a Dior bag right here. Ooh, the fit with the shorts, got the beater up underneath, got the Rick chain on right there with the nice sunglasses and the shoes. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what kind of shoe that is. It's almost like he getting ready to go in the boxing ring. Respect the fit, everybody.
Cat disagrees. She's swiping left on him.
Oh, wow, Cat. Come on, Cat. You didn't swipe left. Nobody told you to add that to the game. You swipe left.
I like it because it's definitely the energy he's trying to bring to that position after his sophomore year. I like it. I'm into it.
You know what? Hold on. Time out. This is the thing that some of y'all, you guys don't love it when people get bold. You guys don't love it when people take chances. That fit was fire. That fit was amazing. That's the fit that you know that when he wears that fit, there is nobody wearing it. A lot of times when I personally wear things, I on purpose wear them knowing that there's nobody going to be wearing that. Y'all don't like to do that, or do you like to be comfortable wearing what everybody else is wearing? Frank, give me your wardrobe choice.
Of would I wear this?
Yeah.
Oh, I would totally wear this to work. You guys would get a kick out of it. If I had a chain like that, oh yeah, that'd be great. I have to figure out what 3-letter chain I could do with my name, but we'll figure something out.
Oh, man. Okay, let's get another one.
Speaking of O-line, it's our guy, Tomlinson.
Oh, wait a minute.
You know what he's channeling.
What is he channeling?
Vince Wilfork. Right?
Bro, respect the fit. Let me tell y'all something. Big boy, confident. Stomach still there. Gucci belt still makes an appearance. Y'all see the Gucci belt buckle? Is that a Louis? He's got the Louis bag with the leather, with the sleeves, with the top hat. Respect the fit.
And you have some insight on glass eyewear, right? So you liking the shades?
Love the shades. By the way, I know some of you guys are seeing, a lot of the different shades that I've been wearing these days. It's on purpose. These are a pair of Adidas right here. Ditas, D-I-T-A. Look, that's what it's about these days. Your frame game got to be righteous, right? Look, you can accessorize your outfits and everything, like wearing a pair of shoes, right? I'm doing that. But Thomason, I gotta respect the fit. Bring him back on there again, man. Josiah said he's Jodeci. What'd you think about his fit? You good with it? I absolutely love the fit.
Oh yeah, I love it. I mean, it makes me think of Vince Wilfork. I just think I like the respect to past bold fashionistas.
As a matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and crown him. I am crowning him the Week 1 champion. I am going to put that out on social media. He is the reset. Respect the fit champion of Week 1. We'll see who can knock him down in Week 2. There it is. I'm declaring it. I know you guys don't agree, but I don't care. I'm gonna go ahead and just make that call and everything. All right. Hey, before we get up out of here, is there anything else that you guys would like to bring up and talk about? Frank, I know there's something that's got to be. By the way, who's playing Sunday Night Football?
That's what I was going to bring up next. Just right now, FYI, the Rams are up 3-0 on the Detroit Lions.
Okay, the Rams up 3-0 on Detroit Lions. I'm going to get ready to go and watch that. We didn't talk about Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott got, what did he get, $240 million?
For 4 years.
For 4 years. Is this a good thing for the Cowboys or a bad thing for the Cowboys?
I mean, I'll weigh in real quick. They had literally no other option. If they didn't get a deal done, he would have been an unrestricted free agent this summer. This decision is the encapsulation of a very bizarre period of months between Jerry Jones and his son running that team. It's one of the most bizarre things going on right now. But he did get the deal, and I mean, we've seen him in the playoffs and whatnot. So, do you think he's playing his best football of his life right now and can turn the corner? I don't know.
I don't think it matters. All right? Let me tell you something. Dak Prescott is the quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. What do I mean by that? You know what it reminds me of? Ladies, have you ever met a man with a lot of money, but they corny? You ever met a man with a lot of money, but he just got no game?
Yeah, his name is Russell Wilson.
So anyways, you know what I'm talking about? That's Dak Prescott, meaning he's a good quarterback, but he plays for the Dallas Cowboys. They're going nowhere. It's a corny team. It's a team with no game. It's a team with Jerry Jones as its owner. It means nothing. I don't care what happens. As long as Jerry Jones is your owner, GM, head coach, position coach, hot dog vendor, Jerry Jones be the producer that's all in your videos. That's Jerry Jones. And so, look, Dak Prescott, cool. When is the last time them boys, you hear Cowboys fans, this is our year, them boys, shut up. You have not been to the NFC Championship game this century. It is 24 years so far, and you ain't been nowhere. You lose every single year. You have not been to the NFC Championship since the 90s. So it doesn't matter. You can pay Dak Prescott $500 million. You can pay him $1 billion. It's not going to matter. Micah Parsons is going to get, it's not going to matter because Jerry Jones is awful at what he does. Yeah, there's my opinion on Cowboys football.
Do you have any thoughts on, this game was happening while the Seahawks were playing, but Brady made his debut? in the commentating box.
Hey, so I like how CBS, is it CBS he's working with?
I thought it was Fox.
Or Fox, I'm sorry. I like how Fox is rolling out Tom Brady. Hey, y'all see him show up to the stadium? They had him showing up to the stadium like he was about to play the game.
Yeah, Red Zone had a joke about that. That's really funny.
I love how Fox is really treating Tom Brady. They're saying that's our number one dude. And look, the way we watch football games, right? We watch football games through the eyes of the analysts, the color commentators, right? So we are going to get to watch these games from the eyes of Tom Brady. I think Tony Romo did a pretty good job, but for some reason, Tony Romo got stale. It's almost like Tony Romo quit preparing for the games. And I think that's going to be the difference in Tom Brady. I guarantee you that for sure, we're going to get his opinion. We're going to get what we're seeing through his eyes. But I bet you that Tom Brady is going to work. I think Tom Brady wants to be as good at this job as he was as a quarterback. He is going to put in the work. All right, everybody. It's been real. We've been doing this for a good time, man. I really appreciate all of my regulars hanging out. Josiah, Hawks fan, Gary Moore, Averill. If I pronounce your name right, Averill, I hope that I am. I really appreciate you. Kat Stokes, R. Ward, a lot of you guys. We're going to be doing this all season long. We'll be talking about, of course, Seahawks football, but we'll talk about life and everything to come. As we all know, what do we got coming up this week? Well, let me tell you what's coming up on the podcast. I will bring back Brandon Mebang to break down this game. We gotta do that again, break down this game, and also break down what's to come with the New England Patriots. Seahawks, it's going to be an East Coast game. They're traveling to the Patriots. After that Patriots game, they come home against the Miami Dolphins. And I think those are going to be two tough games. East Coast, travel. We'll see. Mike McDonald's going to see what it's like to travel. And, of course, you come back against the Miami Dolphins and the non-handcuffed, right, Tyreek Hill. That's going to happen. But seriously, though, really appreciate you guys hanging out with us. I do know in the next coming weeks we're going to be having Cliff Averill stop by. And, look, bear with us as we get going with this podcast. Look, it's been fun. All of the bells and whistles are getting put together. But more importantly, this podcast is fun because of you. It's an opportunity for me to hang out with you guys. It means the world for you guys to hang out. Frank, always appreciate your help, man. Good luck to all of you all on your fantasy football. But one more thing, I don't know how y'all do it. I don't know how you do it. Your main team wins in the Seattle Seahawks. So what if your fantasy team loses? Like, is that still heartbreak? Like, I couldn't handle that. I only want one thing happening, and that's my Seahawks winning. That's it. So good luck to all of you in your fantasy, and we'll be back again on Tuesday. Hey, I appreciate you rocking with us. Love you for that, and as always,